And my intention for this call, you guys, is to give you a very brief overview of how Arbonne's detox program works, why you would do it, who would benefit from it, what it entails, and some food pearls in the end to help you and your body out in the process of detoxing and cleansing and healing. So as Tracy said, I'm a naturopathic doctor. My husband and I live on a 5-acre farm in the river bottom, just right outside Bozeman, Montana. And where we raise as much food as on our own as possible, and then teach the ways of the earth and how to add health to your life with super simple choices. As a naturopath, we're trained as general care practitioners, but instead of becoming experts in drugs and surgery, we become experts in alternative therapies like homeopathy, herbal remedies, lifestyle coaching, IV therapy, minor surgery, and then we have extensive training in food and nutrition. And as a naturopathic doctor, we have such a huge toolbox of how we can treat people in conditions, then I have found my expertise in food. I am not a nutritionist, and many of you have heard me say that if you want to know how many calories to eat, I'm not your girl. And but I do teach people about food and how it affects our health positively or negatively, right? Because we aren't plants, we don't photosynthesize, so we have to consume things from the outside world. And we are omnivores, which means we have to consume a variety of things to make our vessel work and our body function optimally. And the super awesome thing about being an omnivore is that we have choice, but as many of you know, the super challenging thing about being an omnivore is that we have choice. So if you put garbage in, you're gonna get garbage out. And when you set your body up with the right information, only health and vibrancy and joy can show up. So a little bit of my Arbonne background. Arbonne found me in 2010 by way of ENVP Lori Muirhead, who's one of the Flip-Flop CEOs. I had never heard of Arbonne. I was not familiar with direct sales marketing. And I had learned, as I learned about the business, I was totally hooked. And then I learned more about the products. And I was just so impressed with not only the philosophy and the commitment to pure, safe, and beneficial, but how each product is consciously formulated to add health to our busy lives and to wake us up into what's working for our bodies and what's not working for our bodies, so that we can put our best foot forward and our best mind forward. The 30 Days to Fit or 30-Day Detox or whatever you guys want to call it was launched in 2011 when I was a very brand new consultant. And I'll never forget sitting in the nosebleed sections of the MGM and at their global convention. And I was skeptical, right? Not only about the formulations, but with the whole detox mentality, right? Many of us, when we hear the word detox, we think extremes, we think starving, we think olive oil, cayenne pepper, and lemon juice, which is ridiculous. So that's not at all what I found and what I discovered that day with Arbonne. The philosophy around the 30 Days to Fit was to do a few things. Number one, focusing on whole foods eating, which I was already talking about as a naturopath. Number two, focusing on avoiding inflammatory and triggering and addictive foods like gluten, dairy, soy, sugar, alcohol, and caffeine, which I was already talking about as a naturopath. And then number three, focusing on the importance of absorbing our food. And as Arbonne so beautifully put it, is that we're not what we eat, we are what we absorb, which is what I was already talking about as a naturopath. And then number four, helping the organs of elimination to allow our bodies to detoxify, like the lungs, the GI and liver, the skin, and the kidneys, which is what I was already talking about as a naturopath. And then they use the analogy of a bathtub, which is what I was taught in medical school. So the analogy is this. Imagine that your body is a bathtub and the drains are those organs of elimination, which I just listed, the kidneys, the GI, the liver, the skin, and the lungs. And when you turn the faucet on, you're adding things like food, water, air, thoughts, and then things that you're putting on your skin. And all of that stuff, the body has to sort through and then hold on what it needs to build your body and then let go of all the things that's not serving your body to be as healthy as it can. So just for the sake of argument, I'm going to say and make a sweeping generalization that most people in North America are not supporting those organs of elimination, right? They're not supporting their kidneys optimally. They're not supporting their GI and their liver, and they're not supporting their lungs, and they're not supporting their skin to help the body eliminate those toxins, right? So then what happens to the drains? Right, they get clogged with toxins, and then the toxicity builds up in the body, and then we experience symptoms like PMS, weight gain, headaches, migraines, osteopenia, joint pain, thinning of the nails. I mean, I could go on and on and on, right? And then if we keep doing what we're doing, we're going to keep getting what we're getting. So the toxicity builds up, and then the body has to do something with that toxin, right? And where does the body not want to put toxicity? In the vital organs, right? They're called vital for a reason, like the heart, the liver, and the brain. So the body came up with this brilliant plan, and it said, let's create an inert place that we can keep the toxins away from the vital organs. Let's stick it in adipose tissue, aka fat. And fat is like bubble wrap for toxins. And again, if we keep doing what we're doing, we're going to keep getting what we're getting. And the toxins or the fat cells will keep building up in your body. And we end up wreaking havoc on the hormone system and eventually the vital organs, and then most likely will be diagnosed with some sort of chronic disease. So what do we do when we get caught in this? Super awesome question that Arbonne asked. And before Arbonne came into my life and the 30-day plan, I was seeing patients and I was advising them to avoid the foods that were triggering inflammation, fat storage, and disease, which is gluten, dairy, soy, sugar, alcohol, and caffeine, right? But I was finding that when I would look at, a single mom of 3 and tell her to go avoid gluten and dairy and soy and sugar and alcohol and caffeine, she would look at me like, no way, that's impossible. And it was like I was pulling the rug out from underneath her. You guys, what Arbonne is giving us is the rug, right? It's the toolkit to hand to people to say, here's a simple, doable plan to allow you to put your, the cereal down, put the pizza down, put the pasta down, only for a bit. We're going to call it 30 days. And just to give the body time to begin to heal, to begin to clear the smoke, to begin to say, maybe cheese does affect me in a negative way. This program is not about forever. It's not about never eating pizza again. It's about pressing pause, waking you up into how foods may be affecting you. And it's about eating consciously and living consciously. I always tell people this is not a perfection game. This is a progression and consciousness game, okay? So how does it work? So the plan has protein powder that serves as a complete meal replacement that you can do for breakfast, lunch, and or dinner and post-workout. The plan has flavored fish sticks that you can add to water to serve as a soda or coffee replacement. The plan has a detox tea to drink 1 to 3 times a day to really support the liver and the kidneys to gently let go of toxicity. The plan has a probiotic to help with digestion, absorption, and immune support and elimination. It has a fiber supplement, which is so super crucial for the detox and the health because fiber acts like a sponge for toxicity. Okay, so your body is allowed to, again, gently let go of all these toxins. So the fiber is there to grab onto that stuff that your body doesn't need and is wreaking havoc, and then stick it in the stool or the urine stool, and then let that go. There are the Fit Chews that are these little chewy snacks designed to help balance your blood sugar, support your adrenal glands, which are the 2 glands that sit on top of your kidneys and are responsible for a myriad of things, but play a huge role in blood sugar balance and hormone control. The greens are also a part of the plan, and they're adding all of those fruits and veggies and antioxidants and phytonutrients that your body's been craving. And maybe you haven't taken the time to eat the amount that your body needs based on your busy schedule. The program is set up to not only make you and your body win, but to allow you to feel the best that you have ever felt, so that you can get clear about who you are, why you were put on the planet. And imagine, this is the biggest thing. Imagine not waking up being distracted by migraines or back pain. You can start asking the question, like, if you could do anything, what would you do? Who would you be, and whose life would you change? And it really all starts with getting conscious about what we are putting in our mouth and how it is affecting every inch of our being. So speaking of putting food in our mouths, I wanted to give you guys some of my favorite foods that help the body detoxify, heal, and cleanse, that really should be a staple during this program, and then also in your life after the program, okay? After those 30 days. So my top 6 are lemons. So lemons have an affinity for the liver. They help the liver cleanse and detox. Beets are amazing. They also have an affinity for the liver. They're high in antioxidants. They also have an affinity for the urinary tract system to help detox and cleanse. Pineapple is super awesome. I do know it's high in sugar, but it also has bromelain and papain, which are two anti-inflammatory enzymes that our bodies are craving. Avocados are a super awesome source of fat. Asparagus also has an affinity for the liver and the kidneys and helps them detoxify. And then dandelion greens are amazing detoxifiers for the kidneys. So those are kind of my top 6 foods. And then the detox tea should never leave your cupboard. You should always have detox tea on hand. You should drink it every day. It is so awesome. It is an incredible combination of herbs to help your liver and your kidneys detox. And this is the 30 days that can transform your life. And I cannot say this enough, you guys. It's 30 days. You can do anything for 30 days. And it will transform not only your life, but everyone around you. And that I promise. So if you have any questions, I know that was like super like drinking out of a fire hose, but if you have any questions, you guys find me on Facebook under Tanda Cook. And then my website is drtandacook.com. So feel free to shoot me an email if any questions come up. So that's what I've got for you guys. And thank you so much.